Ireland at one time faced the same problems as Greece, but with a combination of determination and self-denial, it is pulling itself out of trouble. Bloomberg's Louise Beale has been to Dublin for a glimpse of Europe's future.
An average day in Dublin. No protests, no strikes, no riots. Despite being subjected to a tough fiscal programme in the worst recession in its modern history, life in Ireland just carries on. It means investors are still giving the Irish economy the benefit of the doubt, for now.
So what about maths? Is maths easy to study?
Yeah. A maths teacher for 32 years, Sally Maguire is used to studying figures. But since the demise of the Celtic Tiger, she's one of thousands to have had their pay cut, in her case by 20%. When it comes to paying her bills, she says the numbers no longer add up.
Every single one of us would be willing to do our bit to get the economy back on track, and we realise that is our responsibility. But the public service has really been unfairly hit, and at the end of the day, you know, we didn't benefit from the good times. We didn't cause the bad times. We didn't cause this crisis, and we're just not going to pay for it on our own.
This is the site of the former Irish glass bottle factory in Dublin. If anywhere symbolises the huge crash of Ireland's property-fuelled economic boom, it's here. In 2006, this plot of land was bought for €412 million. It was earmarked for swanky apartments and shops. Now, just 4 years later, it remains empty and is valued at just €60 million. Developer Niall Daly has gone from employing 60 people to just 6. He has to pour the coffees in the cafe he built to make ends meet. But like many in Ireland, he's taking it on the chin.
If we can get people to get it out of their heads that they're kind of deserve some kind of a, just because they got some qualifications and education, that they deserve some easy life, people need to realise that it's going to be a hard graft from here on in. It's back to basics, and that's what we do best.
In 2 years' time, Ireland expects to have reduced its spending by €6 billion, but it's still on its way to having the biggest fiscal hole of the Euro member states during 2010. It's also spending heavily to sustain lenders such as Allied Irish Banks and the nationalised Anglo-Irish Bank. So is Ireland setting a good example for other struggling European countries?
I think it's doing a reasonable job. There are more things that it can do. It's a question of being the least ugly of the sisters, I think. There's just a huge differential between ourselves and Greece, Spain, Portugal.
For those living with the reality of Ireland's budget deficit, the fact that Europe are impressed with the way they're handling it will come as cold comfort. They're not winning any prizes for avoiding a Greek tragedy, but they're not asking for a bailout either. Louise Beale, Bloomberg News in Dublin, Ireland.